Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of, you guessed it, the Ability Warriors podcast. It's a wonderful Sunday afternoon and I'm sitting out here in my backyard and I've just been thinking a lot about body love, body compassion, the fact that you have decisions on your own body. You have decisions whether you want to do certain things to your own body. You have ideals that you won't cross. You have things that you think aren't morally right, but since for most of my audience we don't have ownership of our own bodies, people have to help us do daily things. People have to help us in many intimate ways, like going to the bathroom, like doing certain things that, when in reality, if we were able-bodied, we'd have no problem doing them ourselves, like wiping our own butts and having dignity for that. Like, we can't even do that on our own. So it just makes me think how trapped we are, and we need to take that ownership and that dignity back and know that yes, we can say no. Yes, we can be a boss when it comes to our own body. Our body is a temple. Our body is something that we need to take care of, and it's sacred. And if you let somebody take advantage of that, if you let somebody say, well, I'm gonna just move your leg over here without you giving consent, then that's not okay, because literally they're moving your limbs that are attached to your brain. They are just your hands. They don't have ownership over what you need done. They don't have the right to just do whatever they're gonna do. Yeah, you need to get the task done, but they need to be cognizant of how we feel about our bodies, and that there is a human emotion inside this shell, that inside this vessel that we're using to live our everyday lives. There is a person inside of it. We are people. Just because we can't make certain hand gestures, because we can't move our heads a certain way. Like, there's more to this body topic, but that's what I want to focus on. That our bodies are always controlled by other people, and if you don't have the right words and the right narrative to talk to the people that are helping you out, they're gonna get everything misconstrued and they're gonna do something potentially harmful or that you don't like or that makes you feel uncomfortable. So you need to take the power back and you need to let them know, hey, my body doesn't move this way. Can we maybe do it this way instead? Give them alternatives. Give them a game plan. Be the resourceful human beings that I know you all are. And it doesn't even have to be in regards to you really folks out there listening. It's gotta be in regards to anybody. Like somebody with a white cane. If somebody comes along and like takes the white cane away, then it takes away all of a person's functionality in the world. It takes away their sense of direction. So they don't know where they are, and it's not safe because they're gonna potentially fall off a curb or get hit by a car, God forbid. Like, it doesn't just have to be with us wheelies. It can be with any disability. Like, people with cognitive, intellectual disabilities, just because their mind thinks a little differently and because it's a little delayed doesn't mean they don't have strengths in other areas. And we need to give them the freedom of choice if they're able. And even if they're not able, just think, what would you do if you were them? If you were a decent, good-hearted human being, what would you do to make this person's life fulfilled? What would you do for yourself? Put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in what you think they would do. Because reactions and interactions say a lot about a person. Like, if somebody's frustrated, they're gonna yell, they're gonna stomp their feet, they're gonna flail their arms. So just pay attention to the body language. It's not that hard, people. Just pay attention to what people are doing. Non-verbal communication is just as effective, if not more, than verbal. And it frustrates me sometimes because, yeah, sometimes people don't do stuff right, and I can say, hey, you're doing X, Y, and Z wrong. You're doing my procedure wrong, that I need to be done this certain way. But some people have procedures that are very invasive, and they don't have a voice to say, hey, that's going in the wrong port, or that's going in the wrong stoma. They are just sitting ducks. They have to endure whatever is going to happen to them. And I don't think that's at all right. I don't think that's at all what should be done. I think everybody should be able to raise your voice or raise your body language frequency so that people understand you in some way, shape, or form, so that you can feel like you're being heard. You can feel like you matter. You can feel like you mean something. Because I know I watch this video. It's Fathering Autism. If you want to check it out here on YouTube after I'm done my spiel. She is a nonverbal 15-year-old, I believe now, and she has so many different signs, like sign language signs, and so much different pictures and dialogues that her family recognizes. And like the father of Fathering Autism says, she does talk just in a different way, and you just have to keep your ears open for what she's not saying. You gotta read between the lines. Sometimes that's really hard, and I never want somebody to feel taken advantage of just because they don't have the moving parts, or they don't have the voice box to vocalize what they want, or they don't have the senses to sense what's going on in the world around them. But in some weird way, they have a form of communication. We all just gotta be patient and figure out what that is. And I know patience is not a virtue in this day and age, but it really needs to be in the Ability Warriors community, because you guys and myself are the ones that are gonna spearhead that and own the body that we live in. And yeah, it may be temperamental and it may not do the things that we want to do at times, but we need to love our bodies for all the grief that they give us, for all the happiness that they give us, for all the pain in the butts that they give us. We still need to respect it and be an advocate and let people know what's up. Let them know that you're not messing around. You know what's going down, even if they don't think you know. You know, if they think you're crazy because you're feeling a certain sensation, just get them to check. It takes maybe 30 seconds, but you're dodging a bullet if there really is something wrong. Because I get the comment of, oh, you're overreacting. Oh, it's just your mental illness. It's just your paranoia creeping in. Sometimes, yes, I agree with them. It may be the case, but sometimes that split second that you check something, it may be the difference between saving your own hide as opposed to waiting it out and having somebody else be like, oh, nothing's wrong with you, and then a problem arises and you're in worse shape than you were before. Like, you never know, right? So always take ownership of all your scars. Just check in on them if they're getting bad. And don't be afraid to be a little bit of a nag. Be nice about it. Just be like, hey, while you're wiping my butt, can you look and make sure these marks aren't getting worse, so I don't get a crater in my behind and then I'm stuck in bed for 3 months. Although that would be nice for like the first week, I doubt that you guys want to do that without volunteering it. So just be aware of your own body. Be compassionate to your own body. And your body's not just your limbs. Your body is also your organs. So if you feel off with your lungs, if you feel like somebody else looks a little green around the gills, if you see their personality changes, if you see them not reacting in a normal fashion, then be that buddy that will advocate for them. Be that person that will help them out and give them a better quality of life and give them a better chance at being healthy and staying healthy. And if you know somebody that is not eating well, if you know somebody that is nutritionally being neglected, then offer to go over there and make meals or get them in touch with a place, or like get them a connection in their building so that they're not going hungry. That's all part of body love and body compassion. It's from the inside out, people. You just gotta know that, and you gotta just look for the signs and symbols and be observant and just see people's environment through different lenses and offer up your own environment. Obviously not in these times, but if you're listening to it in the future, offer it up and let them know that there is a safe haven. Because believe it or not, your mental state is what's gonna affect your physical state in the end of things. So the happier you are mentally, the better you're gonna end up. So sorry about that rant, but it just came to my head, and I wanted to get it out there, and I forgot to do my intro. So I'm gonna sign off and say, it's your host, MJJJJ of the Ability Warriors podcast. And as always, I'm going to shamelessly plug one of my dearest friends here on YouTube. She is a vlogger and a gamer, and she combines the two to make a fantabulous cocktail of awesome creativity, and it's so entertaining, and it'll give you a form of escapism, and you can just binge her videos and tell her that the Ability Warriors later sent you, and yeah. So my schedule, well, hers is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Wednesday and Friday she streams live streams and let's plays on those days. And as for me, like I was saying, but I interrupted myself, I post Thursday through Sunday. Thursday on a really good week, and Sunday if I'm just not feeling it. But anytime in between those days, you can look forward to hearing my lovely voice talk about something that I am very passionate about, and talk about something that I know a lot about, or if I don't know a lot about it, I just give you my opinion on it. And I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you all later. MJJ is out.